on 3 next to Michael.
Well, Michael, maybe.
We are standing on parking meter grounds, so all these electrical poles and whatnot are giving him a little bit of a signal.
It's okay.
Just so you know.
Maybe Michael's haunted.
So his is way more sensitive than the other one we're going to use. But let's get back to thermal imaging. You guys can all see me in that picture?
Yeah. Yes.
I'm orange, red, and yellow. Okay. I feel a little bit of a sprinkle. So with that said, everything around me should be blue and black. Those are our cold spots. We're looking for cold spots to move on their own. You seem like you're very hip to this, so this is going to go to you. Here's what I'm going to tell you about this particular cell phone, because we just switched the phone. It's a little slippery, okay? So you kind of have to keep it at a certain... There's buttons that are very easy to turn off. So, take that from me. Your camera is on your left-hand side. Do you see the red square on your screen?
Yeah.
That means it's recording. It is recording audio and video. So now you have another point of reference for the stories and anything he wants to comment on, because it's going to pick up his voice first.
Well, I can't wait to hear those comments.
Now, you also want to try to keep a person in the camera at all times. We're going to talk more about these devices at the first location. This is just so I can quickly get this stuff into your guys' hands so you guys can see what's going on. Expert, what are you more excited about using?
I don't even know any.
She's just so excited.
I think she's going to go with the millimeter because it's pretty.
Mama, why is it 2 next?
Oh, maybe I'm haunted.
I think who's going to get what
turns
here.
red,
So you have 3 folks left. All right.
How do you know? Does this? What if the blue one turns off?
There is no blue one.
No, the different.
That one's green.
That's green.
Yeah, but
the line underneath it. It's okay. That means
what
it's
if
on.
this color
That's all it
turns
means
off?
is it's on.
No, what if this turns
You're gonna
off? Because there's no ghost even near you.
Then you come get.
You're my multi-function person. Okay.
Am
You
I
said
the
you're the
most
expert.
important person?
Yes.
GC Expert.
Why am I not
What
getting
is
the
that?
light? So, this is a millimeter. Are you guys familiar with millimeters?
Yeah.
Okay.
But I do know something about ghosts.
So I'm going to continue going. Otherwise, we're going to be standing here all night.
We are just.
So
you have to ignore them.
the EMF on this one is the big numbers at the top. I get excited about 2.5 and higher, but we don't want patterns. We don't want 2.5 to 5 back to 2.5. We don't want that. We want it to be kind of erratic, kind of like his.
Okay.
The bottom is the ambient temperature. Mike finds something in his camera, we'll be able to find what that cold spot is and debunk it pretty quickly or prove it pretty quickly based on that temperature at the ambient. It's also a REM pod. So a motion detector. Have you seen the REM pods being used before?
Dang.
Sorry, didn't mean to
You're
blind you.
hot.
It's gonna go nuts. So, in the event, it's creating an EMF around the antenna. So it's basically like right here. So if something breaks it, it's going to do basically what it's doing right now. I'm going to shut it off because obviously something is disrupting it. I don't know if it's the rain moving in and everything shifting. That could be a possibility. I've seen that happen before. We don't use the REM pod all the time. So when we're not using it, antenna down, and I'll show you how to turn it on and off at the first location. You do want to keep this back flap open. Right now you need to get used to the temperature gauges and the EMF gauge. So that's kind of like your first job.
Can I say something?
Yes.
If you feel cold around you, that means a ghost is there.
But we'll be able to prove it. How about that?
No.
How about if you feel cold, you let someone know, and we'll be able to prove or disprove.
No, because ghosts like to be in cold spots.
Ghosts create the cold spots because ghosts are cold. Spirit boxes.
And also they want to be
I know what that
in
is.
the nighttime
I've played so much
because the
Phasmophobia.
daytime.
I know exactly what a spirit box is.
No, I catch ghosts in the daytime too. I just
Yeah,
take you
but-
guys out at night because you guys need to be out at night.
It's creepier.
We're gonna use two different kinds of spirit boxes tonight. Okay, so the first one, this one's gonna go to you. So I kind of need you to focus up. What this one does is it's gonna sweep through all of the FM radio stations. It's the white noise you guys see on TV, right? And then Zach Bagans tells you the BS that he thinks he heard, right? Only we're gonna be doing it in real time.
But
What I
also
do need,
wait,
hang on.
Wait.
So
Take
one
it.
thing about this one is that it's slowed down. I want the radio chatter to come through, the song lyrics, the DJs, the commercials. If you hear those things and you can make it out, it's a 50-50 shot that I can tie it to the location of where we are, a person I'm talking about, or something going on with one of us. So we never know what's actually going to come up. The cool thing about this one in particular is it records the entire session even when it's on mute. So if I say, Philip, go ahead and turn it down, It's okay. It's recording at an even level, and it doesn't record any outside noise. So we're not going to know what questions we're asking. We're going to just based on what the location is of the timestamp of the recording. So I will always give you links of what I caught in the next morning. So when I give you this data back, it's going to have 15 to 20 different things that I found. Some of them might be relevant. If they are, I'll tell you why it's relevant, and then a backlink of where I got the info from based on the story I told you. If it's not relevant, it'll just be kind of like a training session. I heard the word DJ in there, and I only say DJ because it's a radio, and it's the first thing that came to my head. Right. But it might not mean anything, but it's going to train your ear on how to listen to a spirit box. So I'm going to go ahead and set this up to go ahead and start record. So you have one button to worry about. There's a wheel at the top. You control the volume. So certain places I might say turn it down a little bit, or go ahead and turn it up. You know, just based on our location. Because there's some places where we're going to be near horses, or we might be near some residents. You know, that kind of thing. So I'll kind of.
Are we going to go in a graveyard? No,
we're not. You're going to walk through the entire city of Charleston, which is one giant graveyard. Mom, last but not least.
No, it isn't.
Yeah, it is.
It is, and you'll hear, and you'll understand why once we.
And you'll be the next one, Will.
Oh, yeah. Yep. Let it do it all on its own. Yeah, listen to it for 2 seconds while I explain this next one. So last but not least, I'm choosing to give you this one, so that way you can kind of help out with the EMF that he's got going on. This one's super simple. It is an app. However, it gives us a word from time to time in the center of the screen. Okay?
Can it be quiet?
So, yeah, it's going to stay quiet the whole night. It's going to read the words to us. It's going to save those words to a list with timestamps based on where we are. I'm going to clear out last night's tour. They had 76 turns, I think. That's a little heavy for my groups for 90 to 120 minutes. So I expect about 55 to 65. What I'm going to tell you about this list is that 80% of it is absolute BS. It doesn't mean anything. It's the other 5 to 20% is the same thing I'm going to do with this guy. I will give you the link, the reason why it's relevant, so forth and so on, and we will use this in the same manner that we're using on that spirit box. You will be asking questions. London and I will kind of give you some impromptu questions or stuff to help inspire more questions. I didn't bring the ghost trap.
Sorry.
The ghost trap?
We didn't bring our left the ghost trap with the Ghostbusters. Sorry.
Yep. So.
I'll let him go. I don't want him to fall and bust his face open. I'd like to do the tour instead of the ER tour.
Yeah, right?
Right?
Because our ERs are not fun. You will be there for days. They are horrible. So, we start here for a reason. This place behind me, we would normally start over there, but I've been getting some complaints from the neighbors upstairs, even though I'm allowed to be here. That place, the bar downstairs, used to be called Big John's. So Big John was a football player for the 1947 New York Giants. Whenever I'm giving you guys any kind of stories or history, there's always keywords specifically for the spirit boxes. 1947, New York Giants. Those are some of the key words. Big John. Anything related to those. Football, jersey, his numbers, those things. But anyway, let's talk about Big John.
I actually don't know how to use this.
Okay, just when it turns red.
So, he used to sit in the back of the bar, and he would tell the bartender if the
William,
cadets...
stop talking. Hold on, baby. Let him talk.
If the cadets were coming over from the Citadel, if they were old enough to drink or not. And one night, 2 guys come in, they're not old enough to drink. He tells the bartender, get them out of here. So they leave, pretty mad. The next night, they try to steal the cash register from the front of the bar. Big John sees what's going on. They get into a little bar brawl. There's a big bar fight going on. A couple of shots go off. A bullet skims John's neck and lands in the wall. He gets up and goes back to the bar and tells the bartender, get me another beer and go get them guys an ambulance. Let me point out a couple things. First off, John's the one that got shot, and he's also the same person who got up and went back to the bar. Second, nobody died in that story, so what's haunting the place? You guys are some experts here. What do you got?
What's haunting the place? Ghost.
The bullet hole is still there. Now, I'm going to say allegedly because they are renovating the place. Right, his blood's on it.
Yeah.
So, people that sit in the front of the bar where the bullet hole landed, where the bullet landed, get a little queasy, nauseous, dizzy. I bring this up on purpose. I don't know how paranormal activity is going to affect anybody, so I always tell the same story as a heated warning. If you guys feel those kind of symptoms, headache, nauseous, dizziness, I need to know immediately. It's a big deal. So, I won't say that people haven't passed out from this tour, because they have. It's just too much. Psychics, just look at me and say no. We're not continuing on. I'm sorry. Have a great night. Thanks for giving it a try. So, if you didn't already know, we had a big earthquake here in 1886. This is just a story to get your mind off your own house. The mantle in the middle of that building also goes around the front of the building. During that earthquake, this is where the first death occurred. A piece of that mantle broke off, hit somebody in the back of the head, and killed him. Allegedly, you can see his ghost in the middle of East Bay Street, which is the road, a very busy road right next to us. I say all of this allegedly because I have no proof. Again, it's just a great segue story so we can actually get started, and you're not thinking about getting sick on that tour. So,
Okay.
are you guys ready to go ghost hunting?
Yes.
Yes.
Absolutely.
I know, I'm going to bore you all night.
You ready?
You ready? We're going to go this way.
Come on, Vominos.
Well, holla at my boy Big John, man.
I'm the ghost expert. I'm tired. Cock. Did you hear that? Cock. I think it's your sexual awakening. You might be gay.
Boy, you
Cock.
dumb. Boy, you are dumb for that.
Oh, hot.
This is the second. Here's the second. Oh.
Stand right here. Come here.
No.
Did it go off?
It sure did.
It's somewhere in this.
Come over here. Stand with my mom.
Nice.
I don't
Corey,
see.
where is yours at?
Zero.
Got something going on. Alright, let me tell you guys what's going on here so we can actually explore it a little bit.
I don't see.
Move up this way so because cars will travel right down the middle.
Oh.
It's somewhere right there.
I know. We're going to get all kinds of activities
So you
here.
got to keep an eye on it.
It was
so
not
you know.
3.6. I don't see nothing.
Right. It was right behind Michael.
Can I see?
No, it's not there anymore.
That's why they call it ghost hunting. You never see
Can I
ghost
please
hunting.
see?
Okay, so this place is kind of like your level 1. It's going to be very easy. We're not going to spend a lot of time here because the history is very short. Okay, it's just a place where me and London get to kind of show you more tactics about your device. This is a one-liner. Okay, we're at the big red barn line. This is where we keep the horses for your carriage rides. Okay, you guys can probably smell them. I can't. I'm immune to that smell. I'm out here every night. But anyway, this is the same red barn where we kept the horses that delivered milk and eggs to the residents of Charleston. Okay, so there's your key words: delivery, milk, eggs, horses. So let's talk about the 2 spirit boxes that we have. Do you have any words coming up already?
An exchange.
Exchange. Old exchange. Interesting. So, spirit boxes, this is not TV. Okay, let's get that right out of your heads right now. This is not. Is somebody here? Because if somebody answers no, guess what?
Somebody's here.
Yeah.
Right. So we're going to stay away from yes and no questions all night long.
Okay.
We're going to start you off with something simple. Can we all agree that the barn is red?
Yes.
Yes.
All right. Cool. If somebody's,
And red is the color.
we're going to get to that. He's right. He's absolutely right. We're actually going to get to that. So we're going to ask if somebody's here, tell me what color the barn is. If you hear the color red, awesome, right? If you see the color red on your device, so I keep forgetting which, because I have 4 different spirit boxes, so I have to remember which ones I have out. But they might be looking for something that is specifically red, like blood, heart, fire truck. It can't be shirt, shoes, it's got to be something specifically red. It might say stripe, doubtful. I wouldn't be too, I'm not going to be looking for that. I'm going to be looking for those things that are specifically red.
Okay.
Now, in the event you still don't get an answer after 3 or 4 tries of asking that question, try a new question like what's inside the barn. Now you've opened it up. There's horses in there that are animals. They're draft horses. That's their breed. Okay, so they're also delivery, milk and eggs, but milk and eggs can be replaced with protein and calcium. I've seen that done before several times.
Okay.
You never know what's going to actually pop up here. Now, if we start getting names, I can't prove the stable boys that were here, but we might also hear some jersey numbers. If you start seeing double-digit numbers or hearing double-digit numbers, it could be related back to Big John. I'm not going to get excited if I see the number 40 until I get the word Art after it or near it. Why? Because Art Faircloth was number 40 on Big John's team.
I got
see where
statistics.
Love it. So I'm going to take that one, that's for sure. But that's something very definitive. Do you guys see where I'm kind of going with this? Again, you guys had a little bit of EMF in the center. Looks like he's got a little bit going on now, and you already went up to 3.6. So I think I'm going to work with Michael first. Is it Michael?
Yeah.
Either or.
Either or. What? feel what? You feel cold?
How cold are we looking for a
Here,
ghost?
we're gonna-
your
no,
brother
I'm gonna
says
show
he
you
feels
more.
cold. Why don't you look at him?
Why don't you work with Tori while they kind of explore their spirit boxes for a few minutes? Because I
Yeah,
just explained what those
101.
were, and you can show her more about that, and hopefully it doesn't go all wonky. Show her where the reset button is too.
There's a cold
All
spot right
Mike,
there.
let's
There's a
kinda
cold
get you
spot
over
right
here
there.
for a second.
Can you
I want you to
hang
point
out
your
with
camera at the wall for me. You kind of see how it bleeds out, and
Yeah.
the wall is all one color.
Yeah.
Watch what happens when my hand comes into view. What happened to the wall?
It turned blue.
Okay, so why I say try to keep a person in view at all times is because we want the array of color. If you have only 1 to 2 colors in there, hurry up and try to find somebody to keep them in view. The more colors we have in there, the more I can find what's going on. So even if it is kind of like you're doing right now, your own hand. Like normally I have up to 10 people, you know, so it's easy to find 1 out of the 10 people to try to put them into view. It doesn't matter if they're in the distance or if they're, you know, not even part of our group. Just try to have somebody's skin. Our skin should be what temperature?
So, like 100, around there.
97 to 99, right? If you're at over 99, you probably have a fever, right? So if you didn't know that, you do now. So we should all be right around between 97 and 99 degrees. The air temperature, you're going to be measuring things that are surface temperature, but you're getting a little bit of the ambient temperature because of the distance. So this cement probably should be, I'm going to guess, is right around 81 to 83 degrees. Am I right?
Yeah.
Because it's holding on to a little bit of the heat from the sun today. Right now, it's only like 73 degrees out here, base temperature. I bet you I can look at Tori's ambient temperature, and it'll probably say 73 to 75 degrees. What's your temperature say? 80 degrees, so I was wrong.
Cheese.
But again, you're just want to make sure that that square stays on there. Your power button is kind of like where your hands are, so just, I mean, you seem like you have a really good grip on it.
Yeah.
But yeah, if you turn it off by accident, it's not a big deal. I just need to know so I can splice your videos together.
Got
But
it.
that's the reason why we keep the video on. It's not always I'm not going to catch something with that every night, but I do need to have it on at all times. What do you got going on? You got weird stuff, or you just kind of... So by the time, like, you've already seen the EMF move a little bit, right? Mm-hmm. So we're going to actually turn the temperature off. So there's a button right here. Go ahead and hold that button. It's the very top one on the right-hand side. Hold it down until your numbers go away on the bottom. Oh, nope, you just switch we'll have to turn that back. Okay.
There we go.
All right, tap it again until we get to the millical settings.
Philip, I gotta keep you. You look great in this light.
Damn gnats, boy, they wild. Some good ass tunes, boy. Yeah, boy.
Now it's going to be a lot quicker. I want it. So until we can say some stats in front of the whole spot, then we're
Philip, you're hot. You're so hot, Philip.
just went up to 9. I got you. I want you to kind of do those things after you get into the stories. Obviously, I'm going to try to get through some of these stories with Will being very talkative. So, I mean, I can talk a lot. So, it is going to be, all right, let's kind of huddle up for 3 minutes so I can tell you what's going on. And then we'll just let you guys explain. That's kind of the base gist of how this works. So, this is what you guys thought you were getting yourself into, or what you were hoping for at least. Yes. So, any other ghost story you guys take in the future? There's going to be 20 people, one guy, nobody else helping with the stories, and no devices, no anything. You're literally going to be following in a line, you know, kind of thing. So just so you guys know, there are other places that do something close to what I'm doing, but nobody's going to go to the extent to give you all the data back with an analysis. Just so you know. Not that I'm bragging or anything, but I'm way cooler than everybody else. Just the man I was looking for. So what do you got going on? Did you hear anything?
I heard special.
Okay.
I think I'm gonna
Come?
come. I'm gonna come.
They come here?
Then I come back.
Oh. Okay. Interesting.
1,000 miles per year.
And you ran over here?
So quiet.
The whole point of ghost hunting is TV shows and all that. TV.
Yeah, I'm never scared, but I'm actually doing it.
hang on to that one because you are the keeper of that one.
Metamorphosis of porphysis. I don't need anybody because I'm so smart. That's me right there.
Where?
In that corner.
Okay.
I don't need anybody.
For what?
Well, you have to keep someone in the picture so it doesn't do that.
All right. We ready to learn some real history, guys?
Let's go.
All right.
Like when I pointed
Yeah,
at
I
mom.
said, why are you here? It said complex. It's super red right here.
Interesting. He's
No,
got, he
and
heard
like when I
special.
point
Huh?
at my mom's.
Where's this?
That's no head. Like when I point at my mom's. On my mom's hand, it turns all the way up to like.
And now it just stopped. Did you notice that?
Yep.
It just like stopped like that.
Yes.
From red down to 0.
Yes.
Would you have anything on yours?
No.
Nothing.
It kind of went up to, oh, it was at 5.
5.
Just like
Okay.
right there.
So that's about the middle of his. Just so you know, like that's in the yellow. Okay. His goes up to 25. Yours goes up to, I don't even know. I've seen it cap out like 116. Like it goes high. And what other words did you get? Did London show you how to get to them?
No.
Okay, so there's a calendar to the right of the word.
Oh, gotcha.
Tap it and it'll show you the whole list. Don't hit the red X's and don't hit
Gotcha.
the buttons on the bottom.
Okay. Complex, traveler, easy, suffer, node, celebrity, statistics, exchange, past, amendment.
I got trailer.
Okay. I do like statistics and what was the word after that? Celebrity.
Uh-huh.
So I'm going to be really interested if we have Big John's jersey numbers coming up, so I'll have to listen pretty close to the recording.
Okay.
Because he was a big town celebrity, or I mean little town celebrity.
Right.
But his numbers were 20 and 52. Because he went from 20 when he first joined the Giants, and then in 1948 he
What
went to
is
52.
that?
Proficio, that's a name. I've never seen it before, but I know what the word is. I've just never seen it on that particular experiment.
What is Reficio?
It's a name. Yeah, I don't know. It could be a stable boy. It could have been a slave. I have no idea. Who knows?
Who is Reficio?
Yeah, give us something.
Tell us who it is. Tell us who Reficio is.
I think.
If it's a stable or boy, like I'm gonna be
Mama.
like pretty tickled pink.
Mama. The
Yes.
ghost had to say that.
The ghosts have to say that?
Yeah, because none of us.
What about you,
heard
Michael?
that.
What you got?
Temperatures.
So
Awesome.
with him, it's literally like I told him, this isn't going to be an every night thing where I catch something with that. We just need to have it running.
Okay.
So if he catches, like I'll keep following up with him, but he's basically our camera guy. Like that's his job.
Got it.
No, it's Michael the
Everybody's
All important. Everybody is. Oh, yeah. Hold on.
So with that thing slowed down, it's going to pick up words before and after things
I
that we
feel
need.
cold.
So basically, think of Christmas time. What color is the barn? Rudolph the red-nosed reindeer. I don't need Rudolph the nosed reindeer. I just need red. So it's going to give you that whole
Celebration.
phrase. Yeah, I'm not. It could be. Guess who's texting?
It's your
Hey,
wife.
it's my wife.
Pat.
I'll never need anybody again.
Pat.
That's
What's
me,
Pac-Man?
so I can keep all the colors.
I just know
All right.
Pac-Man.
Pac-Man? That's pack, like a backpack. Oh, your phone went off. Maybe he's saying it's in your pack.
You said what numbers again?
20 and 52.
I got that first number.
20?
All right,
Let's move on.
Okay.
We got older ghosts to find.
let's go find more ghosts.
And Mama. So we're like.
Okay.
No, just I.
Listen, London, by the end of the night, we'll be bigger than mom.
Yeah,
I don't have this.
Let me tell you why I feel sad. were to have a grand finale, this would be it. But this is a big hot spot for me, so I kind of brought you guys away. Michael, step in a few, just because that's the only way in and out. And it's Saturday night, people will race in here trying to find a parking spot. By the way, where did you guys park?
Down that way.
Oh,
At
by
the
end?
church.
Perfect. So that's where my garage is too. So.
Oh, well, see, fantastic. Yeah, there was the garage, and then I parked by the church.
Ooh, it went up to
In the church.
8.9.
Well, you never answered my question. How cold are we looking for ghosts? Or
So I'm gonna show you some evidence after I tell
What
the
about-
story here, so that way you kind of get the gist of what colors to look for.
got it.
Tongue, I'm gonna say, is probably part of the 80%. I can't find
Gotcha.
relative to any of the stories nearby.
Let's go.
All right. So here's what's going on here. Welcome to another parking lot. This one is probably one of the most important locations in Charleston, and nobody talks about it. So this was home to Eliza and Charles Pinckney. Eliza and Charles had a son named Charles, and they had a nephew named Charles. That's 3 Charleses, in case you lost count.
Yes.
The son and the nephew were signers of the Constitution for South Carolina. Pretty big deal, but you guys are on vacation. Nobody wants to talk about politics, especially Will. So we are going to move on. Let me tell you why this place was so important. So let me give you the layout first. So the mansion stood in the front of this lot facing East Bay Street. Eliza's garden started with that left tree and came all the way across, and we're standing where the servant quarters would have been. Okay, so like it's this middle of colonial times, 1740s. Eliza married Charles because, well, this was at a young age. Let me stop again. We're not going to be giving you questions for your spirit boxes, like what color is George Washington's white horse, like what we did over there. This is, you're going to get the answers from the spirit boxes. Okay, so I'm not going to be giving you a lot of answers here.
I just feel it. I don't have
You can ask how old she was when she married Charles, but
It's crazy like a Christmas.
Charles was double her age. Just, I'm going to tell you that much, so that way you can ask what that age was. But she married him because her father over in England thought he was dying, and he wanted all of his kids home. She didn't want to go. She didn't think he was dying yet. So she put her foot down and got married. It's the 1740s. There's no such thing as citizenship. It's not like a green card, right? So she just basically said, Dad, I'm staying put, get better. And he did. She was right. So he starts sending gifts over from England. One of those gifts happened to be the plant indigo. You guys have been here for at least a day. You've probably seen this term at least once. Indigo is a plant that makes blue dye, that makes our blue jeans blue.
Turning 15.
London has that on right now. That's how we still use it. Okay, so it's pretty cool stuff. Now, I want you to also keep in mind that indigo was already here because of our slaves that we already had here. They came from the Gullah culture. The Gullah culture came straight from Africa. These are farmers, planters, cultivators. They knew how to keep the indigo going in our very weird temperatures. It gets cold here. So,
We learned about those when we went to Hilton Head.
okay, perfect. So you guys are already kind of on board.
Yes.
But also keep in mind that indigo came right in when the rice plantations were going downhill. So this was perfect timing for her to call Dad over in England and say, I need somewhere to sell this stuff. It's expensive. Think of the color royal blue. It's where it came from. Okay, so she starts selling it overseas. Boom, we have a businesswoman in the middle of colonial times. No such thing. She's like one of the first. So, I'm just touching the tip of the iceberg with
I'm
what
getting
Eliza's done.
really behind that wall.
It's because of the parking meter on the other side. Sorry. Get bumped. So, a couple of questions you guys can ask in your spirit boxes. How old she was when she got married, but let's talk about her death. Anything you guys want to ask about her death, it's fair game. How old she was, where did she die, what did she die from, and what president was a pallbearer at her funeral?
And what was her name again?
Eliza Pinckney. So, let's talk about the name Eliza for a second. Charles married an Eliza, divorced her, and married this Eliza, back to back. Both Elizas have maiden names that they go by, and they both start with the letter L. That's all I'm going to tell you. So if you ask what her maiden name is, that way we know which Eliza we're talking about. So far we have 3 Charleses and 2 Elizas. So there's going to be more once I start revealing things before we leave here. You can ask what happened to the mansion. It's obviously not here anymore. You can ask when that happened. Hopefully you get a year. Let's see. The kids. Let's talk about the kids for a second. The kids, tread lightly. You can ask how many boys, how many girls, the names. Don't go any further. There's a tragedy among one of those children. You start poking the bear.
So I don't have to hold it.
You start poking the bear on that tragedy, all activity stops. And it's not just here, it's for the rest of the night. So it's crazy. if she wants to talk about it, let her bring it up, and I will tell you if she brought it up or not based on what you guys are hearing or what you're seeing or what we have going on. So your EMF meters, so basically...
Are these actually real?
Yes. They've never done a dig here. There's no reason for that to go off. Just so you guys know. There's no reason at all. Now, the questions that I gave you are kind of like inspiring questions. Ask whatever you want. If you're going to ask anything about the servants and the slaves that they had, I can't prove anything. There's no records. So again, I can't do anything. So I'd rather you guys actually have concrete proof. Let's kind of stick to what I kind of got you started off with. We are going to spend about 10 minutes here. We're going to stay away from in between vehicles. And if somebody is coming up, Michael, with like going to their vehicle, people don't like their cars being filmed. You're just holding your cell phone at that point very casually. So if you're walking up to somebody's car, they don't like it.
Like
just
this.
So
it's still recording.
Right, exactly.
Ooh,
you got it.
just went to 3.8 and then up to like 5.
What you got?
Emphasis.
Emphasis. Got it. You want to keep that horizontal. It goes to YouTube and then back to my website, so that way you guys can have something nice to watch on your
Natalie.
TV. Nope, nothing. I know most of the names of the people affiliated with
Gotcha.
All right, so this is a place where you guys are going to basically be following Tori or Will, because they know the hot spots. I'm going to check you guys in on the app that you guys, or the website, so that way I have you guys all checked in. A laugh?
Yeah.
I haven't heard a laugh.
It was from someone else.
Oh, nope.
It was like a creepy laugh.
Yeah, they must be creepy. They must be drunk.
Like my
Definite that
dad.
one. Definite that one.
Yeah.
All right, go find some.
All right.
No, you
Follow Will and Tori.
Told him behind you.
Okay.
Oh, and then Mike, I'm going to catch up with you in a second so I can show you some evidence.
Got it.
So let me get you guys all checked in.
Walk around.
I think the rain's going to pass us by. I hope so. Alright, so evidence for you. So
It's going haywire.
how nuts? Turn the REM pod on. Okay, just keep filming them. And how high did it go?
It went to 12.5.
Okay. Just watch out for vehicles. You're right in the path. Like them coming in.
It's that red right here.
That may have been from you jostling it because you stepped back pretty quickly. So go ahead and reset it. Just like London show you how.
Yeah.
Okay, it's the bottom button on your right hand side.
Okay, let's go find the best spot. No, you have to get really close to it.
You might want to hold it in, like hold in that reset button. Alright, so this actually took place up there in that corner, so you could see the wall, see the orange wall. There's two people in the center walking past the wall. Did you see their heads? Those are two living people, because they were orange and red, right? We're looking for two people that are black or blue in color. So let's find those people. They're going to be right about here, coming past the wall. That's what you're looking for. And I didn't, you missed it?
Yes.
How many kids
Okay.
did Eliza have?
You tell me.
We had 2.
No.
Nope.
Keep going. Right about there, past the wall.
Oh.
Yep. So, I've tested this dozens of times. What happened was my group called me up there because one girl thought she saw a shadow. So I'm like, I'm going up there to debunk things. Maybe she caught something off that lamppost or whatever. And I couldn't find anything. The next morning, I did the review, and that's what I caught. So she was seeing something. And I have group after group want to test that theory. It's not a vehicle, it's not actual people, because that's why I show you the people ahead of time. But that's what you're looking for. You're looking for those darker
Got
spots.
it.
The darker, the better.
Hey guys, you want a cameraman?
My boy Charles had like 5 kids.
I love kids.
Well, stop. Right here.
I'm seeing you.
You gotta ask a question. Liza, you fuck with me? Nah, man. She said, hell yeah.
We got something right here.
Then ask a question.
What's your regular EMF at? Something came out of there. Yeah, that could have been this body. That's a possibility. So it is 9:30 on the dot. Pretty awesome stuff right there. Yeah, you want to try to keep it as steady as possible. And even test it. Reset it and see if it goes right back to that. And you can even say, whoever's here, back away. Who's here? Go back down. Again, that female voice for sure. Next chick. Get a marker.
Liza, what are you?
Look in front of the thing if you can. Oh, she's here.
Liza, are you there?
Mike, come up this way with that camera. Because I want you to kind of
She
get.
said, I
It
think she
went up
said
to
I can be.
16.7.
Yeah, I think
want you
she
to
said I
kinda
can
get them
be.
from the front because she's got all this activity going on. Maybe right about here is perfect. Maybe three a little bit. Perfect. So I want to see if anything, maybe pull her spine is getting close to this. So I want to basically try to get your, you know where the crosshairs are, where I told you the temperature?
Mm-hmm.
Try to get it as close to that device as you can. So that way I can kind of analyze it. If you have to move in closer, that's cool.
You don't see anything, right?
No.
It's nobody. Swear to God. I just heard, it's nobody. In a girl voice. Swear to God.
Ask if she's camera shy.
Come down here.
I feel like a very sharp pain in my stomach right now. No, I am fine. I was fine. It just felt like a really sharp pain. Nick, tell me who's touching Victoria. Hi. Tell me what you mean by tie.
That's your fucking cool.
Eliza. Yes. No, you can't hold it, but you can talk.
Liza, where did you move when your father was sick?
Why is Victoria hurting? Tell us, Eliza. Please. Yes,
How old
Move away if
were
you
when
can.
moved, Liza?
Oh my God. Showers.
How old were you
I don't
when you
think so.
moved, Liza?
Definition of what's going on here. I want you to tell me why it's going on. Tell me.
on here if you're Eliza.
I said, how old is Eliza?
You're a year old? Alright, we got
No, did you say a year older?
keep everything going, because obviously she's
How old are
wanting
you,
to tell us.
Philip?
Hang on, buddy. Hang
Okay,
on.
hold on,
Okay,
hold
don't
on,
come
hold on.
So,
Here.
the lamp, I'm gonna kind of go with the light flickering because I don't always have it.
Elijah.
It's not exactly accurate.
Elijah.
So the year old, there was a baby lost within days or weeks of when she had that baby. That's why I'm thinking you're having that stomach pain. Okay, she didn't lose the baby. It wasn't, it was just the baby died several days or weeks after. We don't even know. The baby's also gone. We don't know where the baby went to. There's no headstone, there's no grave, there's no nothing. We have no idea what happened. So again, year old, I'm kind of going with it's under a year old baby. So I'm gonna go with, I'm not gonna tell you guys the names yet because if we're actually getting some decent evidence here, I want you guys to continue going. Especially with, let's get some, maybe get some baby names. And by the way, you guys are all one party. Feel free to change the license. Everyone's been saying
Toy, please.
You're gonna hang on to what you got, baby.
No.
Okay, just reset it real quick because we were moving it around. Okay, stop. Right here on the last button, just hold it.
Right here. Got it.
Can we please change?
No.
Not right now. William, I'm gonna let you come. Nope, you're fine.
Do I ask this
no,
questions or does
you
Philip
can't-
ask questions?
Listen,
Oh, you can say, come here if you're here.
No one
So,
can.
your device.
if you drop this, it will break, okay? So you're
What
gonna
you're
hold
looking at.
this one.
I haven't got this.
I know, but this one's way bigger.
I get excited about 2.5 or
I'm
higher.
gonna hold both.
The guy that's going on.
You know what?
EMF field around this
I'll
right
tell
now.
you what, you find us a hot
So,
spot and then you
if
sit down
something
and I'll let
breaks
you
that
hold it.
EMF field, it's
Find
supposed to
us a
go
red
off.
spot.
Now, if something is
Okay?
right,
I don't want to sit down and have
so
questions.
if it's flickering like what you got going on and it won't stop, then you want to kind of reset it with where you're from it, that bottom part. Kind of hold it in.
Walk around a little bit. Move out of the way. Before we get to that car. Come over here. What was
Can we please what? Switch. Because I can hold my. Look how.
No, I want you to have a seat on your bottom.
Then my pants will get fluid.
No, they won't.
I have to sit like this.
That's fine.
Mama, you said I could
Help me. What help do you need?
You want to do this?
Wait,
Hold on, stop.
can we see?
Stop, William,
Don't pull on it.
I can't.
Help me. What kind of help do you need? What happened? Eliza, what happened? Don't put on me, please. It hurts. Eliza, I don't know how to help you. How do I help you?
Did you get help?
Help me.
Leave if you're here. Very cool, huh?
Okay.
Again, the help me could be part of the 80%. Liza doesn't really need help. I don't normally get that from her. That's why I was like, what's the help me over here? Because normally she just starts spitting on things like that. So, and that.
I think she said help me because I
don't know. It's like something stuck in my throat.
That's just you all the time, Mom.
What?
That's just you.
No, it could be. I said you've got to sit on your bottom if you'd like to hold it.
I'm
Okay?
getting 3 over here.
There you go. Don't move and don't get up. Ask it questions.
That millimeter's going nuts in here. Like last night, there's nothing. I'll be honest, there was nothing here. The K2 was giving us a little bit. The millimeter, nothing. It was weird. And
Slave.
so it's not Eliza. No, she
It's a
wasn't.
slave.
She
It's
had
slave
something.
that's saying help me.
And I can't prove any of that stuff.
Okay.
That's the one
Eliza,
that
come
she's
to
holding.
me
That's a
if
big
you're
deal.
here.
Gotcha. Okay, you gotta watch where you're going.
You seem to be fine with that other one that you guys brought with you. So
Eliza, give me a sign.
it's not a big deal. Some of the other devices, yeah. Talking a couple
I got
$100.
you.
It's all insured. I don't mind. I got tours coming up too.
Just let me know if any other words come up, okay, baby?
Eliza, make us go crazy if you want to go grab a drink later.
Am I the only one sweating?
No, I'm extremely hot.
Okay.
But not like hot from outside. It's like heat bursting out of me. I don't even know how to describe it. So, but it's like
for me, this is great
What?
weather. Like last night, I was sweating. I left downtown drenched. It was just so humid. We had rain coming in that never hit us. Which, by the way, I'm glad we're not getting dumped on right now.
Me too.
no, because
Right?
you're gonna make it. You can't do that because it's gonna.
So let me see what's going on with the rain, and then I'll get you guys some answers, the rest of them, and we'll go on to our next spot because nobody's getting excited. I mean, his thing's just going crazy.
Yeah.
Can we please switch?
No, you cannot have that one. That's the only one you can't have. Is
This
no.
one?
Yeah, he can't have that one.
I know. Eliza.
Why
Wait,
did
what do I
I
ask?
use
I want to
it?
talk to Eliza.
Use what? Because that's the super most important one that to make sure it doesn't get broken.
Got any answers for us, Eliza?
Ay, ay, ay.
See if he's catching anything, and then we'll get
All right.
occupied.
Can you have this?
Oh, Mom.
Asawi. Okay, what am I supposed to do?
You're supposed to keep anyone in the camera at all times.
No, keep it on me. Anna, keep it on me.
Well, come over here so I can.
All right, let's get everybody grouped up this way.
No, it's me and you. And it's on the same like egg, twice on the
Let me get you guys some answers.
Come on.
Yep.
All right.
Who has two?
I do.
I don't want that one.
Ask sister to switch.
Let's go ahead and turn that REM pod part off. Because
But I don't want that one. I want that one that you have. I can use it.
That one's really slippery.
all right. So that one's really slippery.
I can barely handle it. Okay.
Give him the thing.
He doesn't want it.
What? I don't want what?
This one.
Christmas tree.
How many kids?
Christmas
What do you
tree
guys
block.
think? You guys have the number
Box
5.
Christmas
I think
balls.
6.
Christmas balls.
4.
Okay.
3 boys, 1 girl. The names
Oh.
of the kids. I gave you 1 was Charles.
No, actually, 3 boys, 2 girls.
No.
So the kids.
Her
I
kids.
gave you
Eliza's
Charles,
kids.
The one that didn't make it that I already told you
Kyle?
about. The one that didn't make it was George. Ironic thing about George was Eliza named George after her father. Eliza's maiden. Definitely. Eliza's maiden name was Lucas, which makes her father George Lucas. Somebody got it. No.
George Lucas says it in Star Wars. George Lucas.
So,
I'm sorry, they're not nearly.
I really have to explain certain things. George Lucas isn't usually one of them.
So wait, so wait, so
No,
wait.
you're good. You're good.
Uh-oh, what I did.
Next kid was Thomas, and then the daughter's name was Harriet.
You won't even switch with me.
Lived in Georgetown area, so that
He
is
doesn't even know
on your way
what song
into
I am. Wait, you don't know
implement. So,
Do you want this bright light in your face all the time? No.
she married in Ori, which Ori is Myrtle Beach. So Harriet lived up north from here. Her and her mom wrote letters back and forth, so I normally get paper, anything dealing with letters. So we didn't see any of that tonight. So obviously Harriet was not doing this tonight. Nope. Let's see, what else? The mansion where we're standing burned down in the Great Fire of 1861. So let's talk about Eliza's death. So Eliza died at the age of 70 in 1793. That's a hell of a long time to be living during those times. She died from breast cancer in Philadelphia. So again, we get the breast really here, we get all kinds of things. So we just never know what we're gonna actually get. Are you still hot?
I have to like feel like all of a sudden I have to go to the bathroom.
Stop doing that.
I'm trying to think of the closest one. Because I don't think the candy shop is working anymore. We'll have to get you up to Max.
Thanks, baby.
Let me speed this along so you guys can go up to Max, and anybody else that needs to use the restroom can do so. I think that about covers it. Oh, Eliza's 70, Philadelphia. Guesses on the president, now that you know what year she died? Not you?
I have no clue. I don't do presidents.
Washington.
Huh.
So,
He said washing machine.
so we normally get all kinds of words wrapped around that too. So we're going to go up to Max. The EMF meters, so your EMF meter and the one that you have, you can ignore them because of the parking meters.
Okay.
So we're going to kind of play this by ear, and based on whatever words come up on the spirit box, you guys mix things around that Tori has, I'll kind of see where we're going to go after that. We might go straight up to the St. Philip's Church and Cemetery, and I'll kind of show you guys up around there. Show you guys up and around there, and kind of get things rolling along. But I am a little urgent to get you to a restroom since you're not feeling it right now. All right. You guys ready to keep going?
Yes.
All right, let's do this.
Come on, let's go. Get up.
I have no device.
Here, take this one.
No.
Just while we're walking, okay?
I got
Go.
the most important one ever.
Oh my gosh. Watch where you're walking, okay? I don't want you to get run over. Come on, come on, come on. I need you to come on. Keep going.
That's actually the first rule. A lot of people can't hear it.
We'll have the ear for listening to ladies.
It's 30 minutes of McDonald's.
Come on, keep, see?
Mama,
Yes.
you and Toya trade, then we two trade, then you trade with Toya again, I can have the thing that Toya has.
Okay.
Because I want that or your thing.
She doesn't want this one?
But then I want that one.
Restroom, you want to go right inside Max's place? There's a restroom in there. That's the only one along
Okay.
the way. So we'll hang on to that for you. Yeah. All right.
Children go.
We got them all. I got them all under tap.
All righty. There they are. All right. Oh, that's my finger in the way. Yes. What you got? Ride. Okay, so I said, so they said Jupiter, and I was like, it's a very nice planet. And then right after I said that, they said probably ha. They're funny. Sharply. I don't know. I think they're just trying to be funny or whatever.
Well, he said about 80% of the stuff is not.
Well, yeah.
Probably. What did it say? Sharply.
Yes.
See, I thought it went back to probably.
I can't do this anymore.
Why?
Deep panic right now.
You're what?
Deep panic.
What?
Hey. I want to go to the store.
Get over it.
Where's my baby? Oh. Okay.
Somebody wants to collab with me.
What?
Who is it?
I don't know.
Where's your device? What you got?
They want me to. I guess they want me to.
Okay.
Fashion off their like the jewelry or whatever.
What's it say?
Okay.
It said collab.
Go,
DM.
go, 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 go. I don't know. Well, we are having fun ghost hunting.
You realize it
enjoying.
can't see your face, right?
I know that.
You're a weirdo.
Checked out 2 spots already and going to another.
Flip it around. I want to see how long we got recording.
Did I stop recording it?
No, it's still recording. It's a square.
Uh-oh. Hold on. Wait, no, I think oh, is that recording or not recording?
Here, let me see real quick.
Yeah?
Hold the...
Okay. I want to hold this one now. You can hold that one.
On an 8-year-old's level. So
Mama, please come to the coffee.
I have a lot of patience. He goes on vacation with us.
Please come
I
to the
appreciate that.
coffee.
A lot of people don't have any patience for him.
Sure.
To include his siblings sometimes. You take that one. Ooh.
That's a good one for here. That's one of the few devices where I wait for something to go wrong. Just watch the car behind you.
So I'm not really sure what I'm listening for.
Any kind of words that you can make out. If it's a song lyric, a DJ, commercial, whatever you hear. If it's a disembodied voice, which we think we may have caught one back at Pinckney, me and London both went, really? Because London and I listen to that constantly, and you guys don't. So even when I give you the recording tomorrow, it's going to be an even level, and it's way easier to listen to on your phone, to the car, you know, even on my computer, it's way easier to listen to than out in the actual open field. So I actually have 2 of those. The other one stays in a metal wallet, like when I'm doing my investigations. It's the reason why I don't want that radio chatter to come through. I'll have that one on record on mute in this pocket, and then the other one in this pocket, and they do 2 different style of recordings. The Faraday keeps all of the chatter out, so disembodied voices only. This one, I kind of take the clues from the radio.
Disappointment.
I got master.
Yeah, sometimes it's very disappointing, because I'll listen for 2 or 3 hours and have absolutely nothing. And it's nothing but static, and then you want to just drone. You want to fall asleep because it's headphones.
When you're ready.
Oh, that's what we're looking for. It's exactly the kind of stuff we're looking for. So when I give you some audio markers tomorrow, like it's going to be stuff like when you're ready. It might not be relevant to the story I just told, but it's something that you caught. It's to train your ear to learn how to use this for your own purposes. People come here because they want answers. Something that's going on with their home, something that they know at their workplace, they want to try something new. That's why people come on my club, because they want to learn how to do this. And like I told Phil earlier, this is not scary. It doesn't have to be.
Master? Yeah.
So, what's interesting about piracy is most people don't know that most pirates they were rescued slaves that were coming over on the British ships, and the pirates would invade those ships, and they would give them Zoom, they would give them the opportunity to become part of the crew as free men, or they can continue going. What do you think most of them did? They would be damn pirates.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Most pirates were black.
Calm down.
A captain or first mate or anything like that, but
Can I please rest?
Sure.
Can I please show you?
What?
gather? Rather? No, it's too vague. Again, I'm looking for details. We're gonna give it another minute because I'm not really getting much out of you guys.
Oh, there's not a whole lot going on over
Yeah,
there.
again, it's either all or none.
What's up, Chuck? Can you please unlock? It's unlocked. Go ahead and get it.
No, this is my phone.
Last night I had Radical, so it's kind of a toss-up. Now the Pirates, they actually had a democracy. They voted for their captain. Oh, they're clapping for their tour.
I stole a cone.
Your tour is better than my tour.
Yeah, I don't expect applause. But with what I just told Mom, I don't know. Did you hear anything about what I was telling them about the slaves coming over?
Yes.
So most pirates were black, dude. Most people don't know that. Yeah. The pirates, when they were capturing those ships and taking them over from the British, wherever they were coming from, they gave the men the option. You can either keep going along with the British, or we can use more men on the crew as free men. They took them on. So most pirates were black. I would say probably a good 60 to 65% of them.
You might want to keep an eye on your daughter. I think William's trying to lure her into the car.
She's fine.
Man, right there, the woman, bro. I mean, he really is, bro.
He's playing it, huh?
I'm telling you, he's better than you.
He's something for sure.
A womanizer.
Alright, I think it's time to start collecting some devices.
Okay.
It's starting to drizzle a little bit. So, I mean, I'm fine. I'm not worried about the devices. What other questions do you guys have for me? I know I didn't get to spend a lot of time with you guys individually because I was trying to help out with Will.
And I appreciate that, and that's fine. That's okay.
And everything's on audio for you. I know you missed some of the stories.
That's
Red
spot
Spirit
on.
box first. Sorry, everything goes in a specific order.
No worries.
I'll actually take both of yours.
Okay, you do that, and then you take that.
We walk over there. Near the
Can we
church,
what?
Near the church and cemetery. You said the church
Yeah, you
and
can.
cemetery.
And the cool thing is, while I'm collecting these devices, I'll tell you what to look for. Do you guys remember where the group was over there?
Mm-hmm.
They were staring at a sign just inside the cemetery. The sign says there's no ghost here but the Holy Ghost. The reason for that is because in 1888, a young lady died. Her name was Sue Howard Hardy. In 1987, we have a local photographer in town. He's taking pictures, trying to put a book together. And he finds a full apparition in one of his pictures over in St. Philip's Cemetery. It's a woman wearing a shawl, baby basket next to her, over that specific grave. Now, it's 1987, no Photoshop, no crazy cell phones like what we have now.
Right.
So, no CGI. Oh wow, turn the laser on. So he sends it over to Kodak to try to get it debunked. Kodak can't debunk the picture either. The picture is a long lost mystery, and it is cursed. Females that hold the picture are said to have the same symptoms like I told you guys about at Big John's, and then make sure that tap is shut off. And then if pregnant females are holding it, they're not going to have a good pregnancy. That's why I don't show the photo on my tours. So.
So we
Okay,
just have to splice it again.
Okay.
It's fine.
All right, just making sure. I got it right. I'm not breaking it. I mean, because sometimes I do. Why is it? What's all that? Okay, there we go. Whew. No, let's not run into that. That'd be bad.
She killed so many people.
Whew. Dude. Put it away just for like an hour.
My Italian boy I just met out here, he just hit me up. That's what I'm saying. He was trying to show me his
What?
bike.
Oh, yes, we're in that parking lot right there.
That's where we end.
Oh,
Exactly.
look at that. Oh my gosh. Oh, look at your phone.
I have a lot to say here, and we have to be quiet because there's other tours nearby, and I don't like to interrupt them. Okay? So, you guys can all have a seat.
Okay.
So, have a seat up on the bench. Can you get up there?
Is that the green?
Kind of. So, here's what's going on here. Did you guys all notice the alley that we passed up?
Yeah.
The one behind us? So that is Philadelphia Alley. Technically, tours aren't allowed to go down there. I know you guys saw some down there, but I like to follow some of the tours in those. So that is where, we call it Philadelphia Alley now, but it used to be Duelers Alley. So that's where all of the duels used to occur for the city of Charleston. So do you guys see the wall behind you? And there's like a gateway in the back there?
Yes.
That's where the loser would come through. So if there was a loser in a duel, which means he's what? He's dead. Right. So his friends pick him up, they carry him over to the courtyard, and they take him over to St. Philip's Cemetery, where they drop the body in an already pre-dug grave, and then they go celebrate the winner. That's kind of how things went down. So we all tell the story of one specific duel. So I will tell you that there's another group over here, so if they come down this way, I'll just kind of part ways, like part the seas and let them pass, so that way I'm not interrupting anything and they're not interrupting us. So the story of what went on down there was a doctor, his name was Joseph Brown Ladd. So you were telling me all these names, and I'm waiting for all of the names from this particular story to come through. He moves down here from Rhode Island because he's supposed to get married.
What are you listening to? What does it say?
So the doctor, his fiance Amanda, just inherited a bunch of money from her dead parents. The attorney that was handling
Does
all that
this
money said,
say
"You're
what
not
the
getting
ghost
married
is
yet.
saying?
Send the doctor
I don't know.
away. I think it's just after your money."
What does this do?
So he moves down here to Charleston.
What does
He's a
this
doctor, so he's dressed
You're
pretty well.
supposed to listen to the
coachman
words.
that brought him into town,
Why?
set him up to be robbed and killed. That's where I got the word.
Did you
I know
hear
you got
that?
the word rob. Did you have a double B or one?
Double B.
So a name. Okay, so unless we had Ed right after it, or is Rob Ed? So Rob, that would have made more sense, but we only have Rob as in a name. But anyway,
Really?
he set him up to be robbed
Mama,
and killed.
does it look like
Somebody
a
walking by that
telephone?
saw what was going on and knew what was going on.
Mama,
His name was
does
Rob
this look like a
He takes the
telephone?
doctor and says, "You don't want to stay here. Let me take you somewhere safe." So he
Mama,
takes him to
look.
59 Church Street,
Mama,
which is on this
look.
chance where we are now.
Does this look like a telephone?
That is a church. It's giant.
What are they saying? What words are coming
This
through?
is Church Street.
Hello?
He took him to 59 Church Street.
Does this look like a
Pretty far
telephone?
up the road. So he takes him
Hello?
up there. He has a place to
Who's
stay.
there?
Him and Ralph become friends.
It's playing
The doctor's now making
radio.
a lot of money. He moves up in the hierarchy of
Can
Charleston.
we please?
Him and Ralph was
Please?
Sit on your bottom.
and
Can I
he can't
sit?
sit next to his friend because
Can
he
I
makes more money
sit
than him.
like
Kind of like going to see the movies
like
with your best friend,
this?
and you can't
And
sit
I
next to him
will
because
hold
he
it
makes
like
more money than
this?
you.